everyone, Gemini crosswatchers. Thank you guys so much for joining in. So today we are going to take a look at your week ahead tarot reading. This is going to be for January 26th through the 31st. If you guys find the messages helpful or that it resonates with your situation, please feel free to like the video or comment below. Also, if you'd like future messages, you are more than welcome to subscribe. Everyone is always welcome, and I upload messages daily. So thank you guys for bearing with me. You guys, the subscribers that have been with me since day one, you guys are amazing. Just kind of getting settled into a routine. I know it's slowly but surely, guys, slowly but surely. I just feel like I want to have some type of a routine where I'm going to do like a collective message on Sunday for Self-Care Sunday, and a few other things in store that are going to be changing, but I promise they're going to be good changes, still daily messages. So let's see here, Gemini, what we can see for you guys for the week of January 26th through the 31st. Please keep in mind, guys, the messages on YouTube are general. They're not going to resonate every time with every person. You are more than welcome to check other signs within your birth chart. It's really about the title. If there's something in the title that resonates. Also, I do a drawing here every month for free personal readings. If that's something that you want to get entered into, you're more than welcome. All you have to do to get entered into the drawing is comment your astrological sign below. It helps identify the person who wins the free readings, and I pull those around the first of the month. I try to get them out as soon as possible. Sometimes things happen. That's life, right? Thank you guys for bearing with me. Also, last but certainly not least, I pull a power thought card at the end of every message. So, Gemini, if it's something is resonating in the message, I do recommend staying for that power thought card. It's just a little positive affirmation, a positive boost, and it does kind of flow. It's amazing to me how the cards really just flow together. Honesty. So Gemini, honesty, denial, and conclusion. I'm going to start with conclusion because it could easily be taken as an ending. Something's ending. This card in this deck, it talks about something ending for something better to take its place, okay? You see how chapter 1, when you receive this card in a reading, Gemini, it talks about, and I feel like this is an ending of a life chapter. I feel like we've been seeing that a lot of Geminis have been going through a healing process. Whether that was from an ending from a family situation, an ending from a tumultuous relationship, I feel like you guys have already been going through this process. With this card coming out in this reading, I feel like this is talking about the ending of that journey, right? The ending of that, because honesty is being clear, concise communication, open, honest communication. Denial is simply meaning not right now, not for you. And I feel like what these three cards together is symbolizing is this is what's over, right? This denial, this need for communication. I feel like you're ending a cycle and coming into a new phase. But with that, Gemini, there's a need here to be open, to be honest. And I feel like this is having to do with yourself, you know, not to say that you are not honest with yourself or Geminis aren't honest with themselves. But Geminis do have a tendency to look at things a little bit more rosy. And I feel like this is symbolizing a need to be more practical at this time, okay? To choose your next steps wisely. I truly do hope this is the completion of this phase that you've been going through, because whew. We're going to pull a couple of the fairy tarot out here for the overview message of the week. And then, per usual, we will break it down with the other deck. So, let's see. Most important message for Gemini Spirit. What does Gemini need to see for January 26th through the 31st? Please and thank you. Well, there you are, Gemini. First card out. Well, one of the first cards out. Feel like, yes. Okay, so the Queen of Winter, Queen of Swords, is making a clear... With that, right, with the Queen of Swords, with the Queen of Winter, it also symbolizes a strong, independent, determined individual. Feminine energy mostly, but feminine in its most masculine form. Okay, if you could see what I mean. This card could also symbolize the grieving process, okay, which is through. And what I feel like is going on here, Gem, is this is ending. Okay, I feel like this cold, wintry phase in your life is about to... For some of you, there may still be a need here to let go of something. Let go of a person, a place, or a thing, an idea that is no longer serving. And I hate to say it, but until that healing process is completed, let's get these cards straight here. I do feel like this is definitely focusing on career, focusing on business. Six of Spring is the Six of Wands. So that's like somebody who is, you know, well-known, rewarded, somebody who may be recognized by a lot of people, or an influencer, a leader. Could even be like in a higher position in a career, right? Because you're leading other people, managing other people. The Nine of Autumn is the Nine of Pentacles. This talks about building up your wealth, right? It can also symbolize self-care, okay? Focusing on that self-care piece, that healing piece. But I do feel like I feel like Geminis have been building up something. Either a hobby that's going to turn into a business. And a 9 in any suit, it really symbolizes almost there, but not quite yet. Okay. I do feel a sense of sadness here, Gemini. There is still something that's lingering below the surface. Exactly what it is. You may not be able to exactly put your finger on it. You know, you may always have memories coming up from the past, but it could be from different situations, so it's hard to decipher. Dig deeper, okay? Because I feel like these relationships that you may be ruminating over, let's be honest, are probably something from your childhood. And if it's hard for you to figure out, if it's hard for you to decipher, it's hard for you to put your finger on, I do recommend therapy to a lot of my clients, like a therapist, a psychologist that's educated in psychology and has their degree and practices regularly, because they're going to be able to help you decipher the messages that your body is giving you, right? That for instance, if you're feeling like pressure, like heavy on your chest, and it's a lot of times anxiety, a lot of times stress, I know that because I have gone through that before myself, but there's other things that I don't know that I haven't gone through myself. So I can give you guys advice here on what I would do. But again, when there's something deeply rooted in childhood, even the most professional people have counselors, have therapists that help them work through situations. And therapy is just a tool. I think that a lot of people look at therapy like, oh, but therapy is just really a tool to help the healing process. Just because you seek out a therapist doesn't mean you're going to be in therapy for the rest of your life. You go to counseling for 3 months, 6 months, a year, heal yourself, and then move forward from that. It's not like a stuck in the mud type of deal. Okay? I do feel like the Three of Spring, Three of Wands, there is a need to either make a plan or review the plan that you've made. Okay? Um, Especially if something isn't working, if something's not fully taking off, if something's not fully expanding like you expected it to, it's okay to readjust, to revise things, try new things, maybe have, a different approach or a different technique, or ask somebody's opinion. And then just being flexible, right? Being open to options and opportunities, having patience with the process, okay? I do feel like, again, revising this plan is going to help you come up with a better solution to this delay that you're feeling, okay? But I do feel like there is some sort of resistance here. There's some sort of delay that you're going through. I feel like it's partly tied to your emotions, okay? So trying to have a balance, trying to find a balance. And also, if you're doing something that you're passionate about, right? And you're trying to turn it into a career, don't overload yourself, because you will get sick of that thing, whatever it is, if you enjoy doing it. If you do it too much, it's gonna get old. So find that balance, find that there's a sweet spot. You gotta find it. You gotta find it, Jem. So we're going to break this down day by day. I pull 2 cards for each day of the week, and even though that's how it flows, or it's supposed to flow, it can be a couple days ahead, a couple days behind. Time is fluid, so it's just kind of a label that people like to put. Helps ease the human mind, right? So let's see. In this human experience of ours, we got the 7 of Pentacles with the Fool card. So new beginnings, new opportunities, is this hard work, this dedication is going to pay off. Okay, so don't give up, just revise the plan. Finding that sweet spot, finding that balance between work and fun or passion. I do feel like you are putting in some effort, some work, and I feel like this is having to do with a business opportunity, a career venture that you're working towards. Maybe it's a side hustle right now, but you're trying to turn it into a business. So again, going over that plan, making sure that all your I's are dotted, all your T's are crossed. Check out the competition or the other people that are in the same field as you. What are they doing? What are they changing or not changing, right? What are they doing differently? Is there anything that you can take from watching them or going through their work and seeing, maybe even calling some of the companies or reaching out to some of the people in that same industry and getting some advice from them, or collaborating, right? That's always a good way to boost sales, boost views, boost customers, clients, what have you. collaborating with people, and you would be surprised who's willing to do that. So the next two cards are going to be the Eight of Cups in reverse with the Chariot. Chariot talks about travel, so some of you could be traveling, but with the Eight of Cups in reverse, Gemini, please don't tell me that you're examining somebody from the past. I feel like someone may come back from the past. Somebody, the Eight of Cups in reverse talks about old love being re-examined, okay? Could also be emotional stress that's kind of being avoided or being suppressed, okay? So, again, there's something that is holding you back, some type of sadness, something you still need to release that you're still ruminating over, you're still going, and maybe it's not, you might have already felt like you've moved on from this situation, but subconsciously you haven't. And you can probably tell by when you go through certain situations, when you go through certain songs or heard on the radio, or you go by certain places or eat at certain restaurants, you have irritants and you're not sure why you're irritated at that time. It could very well be a past memory that you've suppressed. So that's why it's not very good to suppress emotions, because sometimes you can suppress them so deep it's hard to remember them. And that's what therapy's for. I feel like you're not, I hope you don't. The cards are saying you're not. Four of Cups with the Strength card. So I feel like you're not going to entertain this. You're going to be focusing on your healing process, focusing on your self-mastery. Gemini. So what I subliminally see here is this completion of the cycle. This person came back or will come back, and you're going to express yourself emotionally. Focus on yourself, and that's going to set this, that's going to complete this cycle. Now, for some of you, this Four of Cups could be a ponderance on this relationship. I feel like, though, if you don't stand your ground, Gemini, if you don't assert yourself with this person and let them know, like, look, you hurt me and I'm focusing on healing myself from this past situation, because I feel like that's what you're ruminating over. For those of you that's resonating with this message, you're ruminating over this person that's going to come back. But when this person comes back, I feel like you're going to notice that you've learned the lesson. You're not going back to that. For some of you, you may decide, I have the strength, I'm going to power through this. But what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling is more of that acceptance piece. That, nope, focusing on self, standing my ground. We have the Queen of Swords confirmed here. So again, letting go. Cutting this off, standing your ground, okay? I feel like some of you may weigh your options, right? Some of you may go back and forth if this is right for you or not. Understand here, though, that that's what's holding you back from achieving what it is that you've wanted to achieve. So, Queen of Swords with the Queen of Wands. Maybe it's a fire sign that you're cutting off. It very well could be. But this very well could also symbolize, Gemini, that release, right? That focusing on your passion. I do feel like it isn't going to be easy. I feel like this person it may be hard for you to walk away from the situation. I do feel like right now, Gemini, that's what's in your best interest, okay? So, after that, the Ace of Wands in reverse with the Ace of Cups. I feel like this is you going back and forth a little bit, you know. That's why I said you may be weighing your options, you know. What do I want? Do I want this business? Do I want to focus on this passion? Do I want to focus on love and have this commitment? What do I want to do? Okay. You're going to need to focus on your plan, right? If you're unsure, if you're uncertain on which direction to choose, weigh the pros and cons, okay? But don't forget that that's where I said, remember the beginning of the message I talked about, try to be practical about the situation. Don't look at this the rosy way. Don't look at this with rose-colored glasses, Gem, because it could very well lead to a dramatic situation, a tower moment, okay? If you're not careful. On the bottom of the deck, I'm just saying, because we have the tower moment in reverse. So the tower moment, when it's in reverse, it talks about how this tower can be avoided, right? How this situation can be avoided. It's going to be avoided by making this plan, by focusing on your passion, by focusing on yourself. I know it's going to be hard for this person is going to come back with a really good offer, okay? We have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles here, okay? They're coming in with a really good offer, something seemingly too good to be true, honestly, Gem. So pay attention, be practical. Don't get caught up in the lovey-dovey riffraff. Be practical, okay? And stand your ground. Maybe it'll be helpful to sit down this weekend and get clear within yourself on what went on in this situation. So review and release video, it'll be linked below in the description box. I recommend watching that and just taking a review of this relationship, because I feel for those of you this is resonating, if you're still here in the video, you know the person I'm talking about. You could probably give that person a name. If you are still here, you should hit the thumbs up, like the video, if you're finding that it's resonating. So let's see, Gemini, I'm going to do an extended reading here. I want to take a look. I'm going to take a look into this person who's coming back, right? I'm going to see what their intentions are. I also want to take a look at where this is headed. We'll pull out a couple different decks. And then I always pull a Soul Truth card over there on Vimeo. So if that's something that you want to see, join in with, link is below in the description box. So Gemini, power thought card that's coming out for you guys for this week. I am worth loving. I do not have to earn love. I am lovable because I exist. Others reflect the love I have for myself. I am worth loving. So, Gemini, that is the message I have coming out for you guys. Just please take off the rose glasses. Thank you guys so much. I really, really do appreciate all the love and support. You guys are amazing. And I look forward to seeing your beautiful souls again soon. Namaste.